Hey there, fellow Americans. Breaking news just in that's going to change the financial situation for millions of Social Security, SSI, and SSDI recipients across the nation. That's right, a new bill has just been approved authorizing $1,800 stimulus checks for our most vulnerable citizens. But before I dive into all the details you need to know about this game-changing development, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss critical updates that could put money directly in your pocket. Times are tough right now, and staying informed could mean the difference between receiving your rightful benefits or being left behind. Now, let's get straight to the news that has everyone talking. After months of heated debates in Congress, lawmakers have finally reached a consensus on providing additional economic relief to Social Security, Supplemental Security Income, and Social Security Disability Insurance beneficiaries. This new stimulus package aims to address the mounting financial pressures faced by seniors and disabled Americans who've been disproportionately affected by rising inflation and the lingering economic effects of recent global crises. But who exactly qualifies for these $1,800 payments? And when can you expect to see this money hit your account? These are the crucial questions I'll be answering today. The newly approved bill comes as a response to the advocacy work of numerous senior organizations and disability rights groups who've been tirelessly fighting for additional support. Their voices have finally been heard. But what makes this particular stimulus different from previous ones? Unlike previous general stimulus packages that went out to most Americans, this one specifically targets individuals who rely on Social Security programs as their primary source of income. This focused approach ensures that help reaches those who need it most during these economically challenging times. Have you noticed how grocery prices continue to climb while your benefits struggle to keep pace? This stimulus aims to bridge that growing gap. Let's talk eligibility. To qualify for the full $1,800 payment, you must be a current recipient of Social Security Retirement Benefits, SSI, or SSDI. However, there are some important income thresholds to be aware of. Individuals with an adjusted gross income below $75,000 or married couples filing jointly with incomes under $150,000 will receive the full amount. For those with incomes above these thresholds, the payment amount gradually phases out. But what about dependents? Are they covered under this new bill? This is where things get interesting. Qualifying beneficiaries with eligible dependents may receive additional funds, though the exact amount varies based on several factors that I'll explain shortly. The timing of these payments has been strategically planned to provide relief during a period when many Americans are feeling the squeeze. Distribution is set to begin next month, with payments being disbursed in batches over several weeks. The method of payment will follow the same system used for your regular benefits: direct deposit for those who receive their monthly benefits electronically, and paper checks or direct express cards for others. But here's a question many of you are probably wondering. Will this payment affect your existing benefits or tax situation? Rest assured, this stimulus payment will not count as income for SSI purposes, nor will it affect your eligibility for other federal or state assistance programs. One aspect of this bill that's particularly noteworthy is how it addresses the needs of different demographic groups. Seniors living solely on Social Security retirement benefits have faced unique challenges as healthcare costs continue to rise faster than cost of living adjustments. Similarly, disabled Americans on SSDI often have additional medical expenses that strain their already limited budgets. This stimulus acknowledges these realities and provides a much-needed financial buffer. But what if you're a recipient who also has other sources of income? How might this affect your eligibility? The good news is that many supplemental income sources won't disqualify you, though they may impact the final amount you receive. Now, let's address some common questions that have been flooding my inbox since this news broke. First, do I need to apply for this stimulus check? The answer is no. If you're already in the Social Security Administration system as a benefit recipient, you'll automatically be considered for this payment. There's no separate application process, which eliminates bureaucratic hurdles for those who might struggle with complex paperwork. Another frequent question is, what if I started receiving benefits after the bill was passed? According to the legislation, anyone who becomes eligible for Social Security, SSI, or SSDI benefits before the end of the current fiscal year should still qualify, though possibly with a different payment schedule. The economic impact of this stimulus extends beyond individual beneficiaries. When multiplied across millions of recipients, this injection of funds has the potential to stimulate local economies nationwide. Think about it: when seniors and disabled Americans have more money in their pockets, they spend it on essential goods and services in their communities. This creates a ripple effect that benefits small businesses, healthcare providers, and service industries. So while this bill primarily aims to support vulnerable individuals, its benefits will be felt more broadly throughout the economy. Isn't it interesting how policy decisions can have such far-reaching effects? For those of you wondering about the political context of this bill, it's worth noting that it received bipartisan support, a rarity in today's polarized political climate. Lawmakers from both sides of the aisle recognized the urgent need to provide relief to Social Security beneficiaries who've been caught in the crossfire of economic volatility. This bipartisan approach significantly expedited the approval process, allowing for quicker disbursement of funds. But what does this mean for future support programs? Could this bill set a precedent for more regular supplemental payments to Social Security recipients? While nothing is certain in politics, this successful cooperation opens the door for similar initiatives in the future. Some of you might be concerned about potential scams related to this stimulus announcement, and rightfully so. Unfortunately, periods of financial aid distribution often see an uptick in fraudulent activity targeting vulnerable populations. Remember, the Social Security Administration will never call, text, or email you asking for personal information or payment to release your stimulus funds. They already have the information they need to process your payment. If anyone contacts you claiming you need to provide information or pay a fee to receive your stimulus, it's almost certainly a scam. How can you protect yourself from these predatory schemes? Never share your Social Security number, bank information, or other personal details with unsolicited contacts, and report suspicious activity to the Federal Trade Commission. Let's dive deeper into the specific amounts different groups might receive. While the headline figure is $1,800, the actual amount can vary based on several factors. For instance, married couples where both spouses receive benefits could potentially receive $3,600 combined. Recipients who also care for dependent children or adults might qualify for additional support. However, those with substantial alternative income sources might receive reduced payments based on the sliding scale I mentioned earlier. Are you wondering exactly where you fall on this spectrum? The Social Security Administration will be launching an online calculator tool to help beneficiaries estimate their expected payment amount based on their specific circumstances. The approval of this bill comes at a critical juncture when many Social Security recipients are struggling with the gap between their fixed incomes and the rising cost of living. Recent inflation has hit hardest in categories that disproportionately affect seniors and disabled individuals: healthcare, housing, and food. A recent survey found that over 60% of Social Security beneficiaries reported cutting back on essential expenses like groceries and medications due to financial constraints. This stimulus aims to provide some breathing room and prevent beneficiaries from making these difficult choices between basic necessities. But is a one-time payment of $1,800 enough to address the systemic issues affecting these vulnerable populations? That's a question policymakers will need to continue grappling with. For those of you with more complex situations, let me address some additional considerations. If you receive benefits on behalf of someone else as a representative payee, the stimulus payment will generally be sent to you in the same way as regular monthly benefits. You'll be responsible for using these funds in the best interest of the beneficiary. What about individuals who are currently in care facilities or nursing homes? Good news: residents of these facilities who receive Social Security benefits should still qualify for the stimulus, and the payment belongs to them, not the facility. Care facilities cannot legally claim this money as payment for services. As we approach the distribution date, the Social Security Administration is ramping up its preparedness to handle the inevitable questions and concerns that will arise. They're expanding call center capacity and updating their online resources to provide clear information about the stimulus program. But given the millions of beneficiaries they serve, some delays and system strains are likely. What's the best way to stay informed without getting caught in long phone queues? I recommend monitoring the official SSA website and signing up for their email updates rather than calling unless absolutely necessary. And of course, staying subscribed to this channel will ensure you get the most up-to-date information as the situation evolves. Looking at the broader economic picture, many financial experts are weighing in on the potential impacts of this targeted stimulus. While some economists worry about inflationary effects of additional government spending, Others point out that directing funds to lower-income individuals who will immediately spend them on necessities provides more economic benefit than tax cuts or benefits to higher-income groups. They argue that this type of targeted stimulus is less likely to drive inflation and more likely to sustain essential economic activity during uncertain times. What do you think about this approach? Is targeting relief to specific vulnerable groups more effective than broader programs? As we wrap up today's breaking news update, let me emphasize the importance of staying vigilant and informed. The coming weeks will bring more specific details about distribution schedules and potential adjustments to eligibility criteria. Remember to check your contact information and direct deposit details with the Social Security Administration to ensure your payment arrives without delays. Have you moved recently or changed banks? Now is the time to update the information through your My Social Security account online. With financial relief on the horizon, taking these simple steps can make the difference between receiving your payment promptly or facing frustrating delays. Thank you for staying with me through this important update. The approval of this $1,800 stimulus for Social Security, SSI, and SSDI recipients represents a significant acknowledgement of the financial challenges facing millions of Americans. If you found this information valuable, please hit that like button, share this video with friends or family members who might benefit from this news, and of course, subscribe to our channel for more timely updates on benefits, economic relief programs, and financial strategies for seniors and disabled Americans. Your support helps us continue providing this critical information to those who need it most. Until next time, stay informed and take care.